So let's talk about one of the most powerful money-making skills and life skills in general that will take you anywhere you want to go in life. And that skill is sales. So in this video, I'm going to break down sales to you in such a simple way and in such depth that a kindergartner could understand it. So sales is something that everybody is doing every day, all the time. Sales, when done correctly, is leading someone to buy into your idea, product, or service. And I've mentioned in the personal branding module that everyone is always selling, whether they are selling an idea, product, or service. So for example, my girlfriend has been selling me on the idea to go camping for the last few months. She's been dropping the seeds in my head. She's been showing me photos of other people camping that she's found online. She's been saying she wants more outdoor nature-based experiences. So she is planting seeds in my mind. And we both know what she wants me to buy into. Going camping with her, spending time. Now, my little brother also knows that I've been focused building my business. And he wants to spend quality time with me through activities that he likes, which is playing video games and going to concerts. So when I talk to him on the phone, he's usually trying to tell me that we should go to concert together or maybe play a video game. And you know what's pretty funny? I'm usually trying to sell him into my ideas, telling him, hey, while you're young and in your teens, you should learn a high income skill like marketing, sales, and maybe work with me. So we're both trying to sell each other on ideas, right? Now, there are two main components of selling that I've realized are extremely powerful over the years. Number one is pre-selling. I like to consider it warming someone up. So let's just say you're a child and you want your parents to allow you to go to a concert this weekend. But maybe you've seen they've been a little stressed lately and you don't want them to say no. So how would you get them warmed up for the idea? Maybe it's Monday and you know the concert's coming up this weekend. So throughout the week, you show them how good your report card is from school, if that's something they care about. Maybe you clean your room up really well every day this week. Maybe you do your laundry and you mention the concert a few times. And you try to use social proof when you mention the concert a few times throughout the week. Hey, my friends Jim, Bill, and Karen are all going to this concert this weekend and they invited me. And your parents may say, okay, cool, we'll talk about it later. Maybe closer toward the date, a Thursday, you bring it up again when you see your parents in a relaxed mood. Hey guys, I worked really hard this week in school. I cleaned up everything and I would love to celebrate by going to the concert this week. And they say, okay, thank you for asking. Let us talk about it and we'll let you know tomorrow. So you know tomorrow when the final conversation comes up and you've been pre-selling them, getting them comfortable and planting seeds of the idea, you're going to move over to the second stage of selling, which is the one most people have problems with when selling an idea, product, or service. And that is the close. Here, there may be some objections. The parents may say, we don't know because we're not sure about the safety of this concert. That's an objection. Or we don't know, we looked at our bank account after paying the mortgage and we don't have too much extra money for entertainment this month. These are objections, right? So when closing the sale, it is your job to have a genuine conversation and make them feel comfortable buying into your idea, right? So saying, hey, I understand that we don't have a lot of extra funds right now, but this is really important to me. I'm sure you had plenty of opportunities to go to see concerts to artists that you liked when you were younger. And isn't that how you guys met? Isn't that how you met friends through mutual interests and fun activities? Also, I know you may have been doing some research on the artist and their audience may be a bit chaotic. So to ensure safety, my friend's parents said they'll come and chaperone. So what just happened there is you have broken their guard down, handled their objection, and put it back on them to give an answer again. And let's just say the parents say, you know what, you're pretty persistent about this. Make sure you share the location details with me and I want to talk to the other parents that are going to be involved. and now you're able to go to the concert. So this is the art of sales. And if you've been to most stores that are commission-based, I'm sure you've experienced annoying salespeople trying to force you to buy something or put this extra pressure on you, and it almost feels like they're just trying to manipulate you so that they can get a win. This isn't a high level of doing sales. Remember, sales done right is when you view selling as doing something for someone rather than to someone. And if you're struggling with sales, there may be an unconscious limiting belief that many people have, believing that sales is bad or evil because they believe it's manipulative, because you are priming people's brains, sometimes using sales scripts and manipulating the conversation in a way that you're able to persuade it into your ideal outcome. But it's actually not, especially if what you're offering, your idea, product, or service is something that's beneficial to who you're communicating with. The offer benefits everybody involved. You are actually doing them a favor, and because most people have trouble making decisions for themselves in their own life, someone has to be a great communicator and a leader to help lead them to buy into the ideas, products, or service that will better their life. So by being a great salesperson, you're actually being of great value to someone's life. And this doesn't just apply to selling your service or your products. This also applies to your life. If you're a great salesperson, you'll be able to talk your kids into ideas, products, or services that will benefit them very well. If you're able to incentivize them based on the things they want, maybe they want the new video game and you want them to buy into an online course that's going to teach them how to make money online. You may tell them that you'll get them the video game if they can show you they completed the course that will teach them a high income skill or how to make money online. And your children may have objections, right? They may say, but that's gonna take a lot of time, or I'm not motivated to do that. You would need to be able to handle those objections and say, well, I mean, imagine if it only takes a couple months and you just spent those couple months anyway just hanging out with friends and they're gonna go by. Why not sacrifice those couple months doing something that you perceive to be boring to be able to buy as many video games you want for a lifetime? That's handling an objection. And if you don't have those type of skills, you would be a passive parent, a passive partner. Maybe you believe you and your spouse would do better in a different environment. You have to become a great salesperson to convince the other person of something that's mutually beneficial for everybody, convincing them that this environment's so great, maybe dropping seeds of the ideas in their mind, like, hey, like the crime rate's really low here. The food is much healthier. There's a lot more entrepreneurs in this area, so we network quite easy. They also have a CrossFit gym and Pilates classes in most of the shopping centers. And I know that's something you love to do. So you're gonna be selling the rest of your life. You might as well get really good at the skill. And if you've watched enough YouTube content on sales and stuff like that, there's some great information out there. However, when I first got into it, it felt like the energy of it was that I had to be this super harsh person, this super always yelling, convincing, being the most energetic, believable, serious toned voice in the room. But everyone can sell in any way that feels the most comfortable to them. So my style is, I'm just naturally a more laid back person. And I usually trust people and I'll buy into people when they're talking in a really calm voice. They're making it seem much simpler rather than such a huge deal. I've learned that everything that glitter is not gold, and usually the person is shouting on the mountaintop about how successful they are, how I'm so sure this is gonna work, is usually the one that's gonna scam you or that's over-promising and under-delivering. And I found that people who are actually great at what they're doing or what they're offering usually have a relaxed tone and demeanor, and they're able to speak to you in a way that feels transparent. So my sales style is usually a lot of seed planting and pre-selling. And then when I am on the sales call, just make it seem like a conversation that you're having with your friend and allowing the prospect to talk and share all their problems, and then just asking small questions like, if you haven't got the results yourself, why are you on the call now? Like, what's stopping you from having that breakthrough? Or you're already here, so you're here for a reason. Let's just go ahead and have that breakthrough. Some people just need to be led with some encouraging words, but sales is nothing but having a conversation with somebody, a genuine conversation with someone you actually want to help. And it should naturally lead to them telling you their problems, you offering a super logical and fair solution, them seeing that value, and maybe you overcome a couple objections, which are just unconscious fears they have, and you soothe those fears over by handling those objections. Usually the top objection is money. So having solutions for that, like maybe having a payment breakdown solution, like, oh, we could break it up into 2 payments, one up front and then one toward the middle of your time in the program, or just having an undeniable offer to where money isn't that big of a deal, which is why I love working with business coaches, because I like offers that make other people money, because there's less hesitation there. It's very tangible and straightforward. Hey, if I pay you $5,000 and you're gonna help me be able to make 10 grand a month, you'd almost have to be stupid to not do that. So having an amazing offer that's undeniable really leaves little to no objections. Now, that story that I told you, let's apply it to how you most likely got here to this video. Every piece of content you've ever seen on television, on social media, was selling you or convincing you of an idea, a product, or service. I don't care if you've seen presidents running a campaign, they're trying to get you to believe and buy into them and voting for them. Let's just say the story I just told of the kid wanting to go to the concert. How did he even know about the concert? I'm sure he's seen concert footage, his favorite artists on social media selling out shows. They sold the child into an idea that he's buying into and literally going to his parents' pockets to get them to physically exchange and buy with their money into what they marketed to their kid. So they have planted the seed in the kid through content, and that's most likely how you got to this video. So my social media pages are pre-selling you with free valuable information about online business tips, making money. You're now being primed, getting to know, like, and trust me and feel comfortable with the idea I'm going to eventually offer you. So when you see an ad, you're like, oh, this is interesting. When you go through my content, my brand, you now trust me. When you book a sales call with me, you're already primed to buy into what I'm offering, and I'm going to have an undeniable offer that's going to make you some good money. So the probability of you saying yes is quite high, and that's how you ended up here. So you were sold subconsciously before you were actually sold during face-to-face conversation. So don't let anybody convince you that sales is hard, or that you have to be barking and yelling, or forcing someone and manipulating someone to spend money that they don't have to get something that they don't need. We'll call it ethical selling. When you are offering something that is going to make someone's life better and you have every intention on following through, you are doing something for somebody, and selling them into your offer is a blessing to their life. So now when you go and look around into the world and you see commercials, you see people's personal brands, you see concert footage, you see food logos on billboards, these people all are trying to pre-sell you into going to buy into their idea, product, or service in the long run. Years before you've had any legal trouble, you've been seeing billboards of people saying, having legal trouble, I'm your #1 lawyer in your city. And you may be picking it up subconscious, but when it's time, you may be thinking, hey, I've been seeing this guy everywhere, and you already trust him as the authority to be able to solve your problem. So by the time you talk to him and he's super trained in selling you, and he knows you have a definite problem that he can solve and you need him, you're already sold, So sales is everywhere, and anyone who ever wants to better their life or get into business, I always say that you should learn sales first, because most people live a life that they don't want because they were just sold left and right. They weren't aware of the skill of sales. So people who were experts in sales were able to sell them into ideas, limiting beliefs, and created their own reality for them. So because if whatever a person believes becomes true for them in their life. So if someone has a skill of sales and they don't have your best intention in mind, they can sell you into a limiting belief of yourself, a limiting idea of yourself, so that they can control and manipulate you. Or if you want to learn something that can elevate your life, someone can sell you on the idea that it's too hard and you have no chance. And if you just believe those things, that will become true for you. So you should learn the skill of sales just so that it can transform the way that you're viewing life and the information that you're allowing yourself to take in from external sources. So I'll repeat it again. Everyone is selling an idea, a product, or a service to you. And you need to be very mindful what you buy into. And also, cleaning up your subconscious beliefs around sales will help you thrive in selling in your business. So if you grew up in a household that they felt like sales was evil, manipulative, scammy, sleazy, there's all these terms people grow up with, sleazy salesmen. And we have seen a lot of those kind of people in life who will try to manipulate you and sell you things that are bad for you, or just take your money and don't even plan on helping you. But if you actually are serving someone from the bottom of your heart and your product or idea or service can really help them, selling should feel good. It should feel like a joy to your soul, because you know that if they buy into what you're selling, their life will improve. So this right here, understanding sales and going in great depth of this topic or subject, will change how you see the world. And it's why a lot of very wealthy people or rich business people usually don't have many things in their life that hold them down, because they realize that, everyone's trying to sell me a product or service. Most of the stuff I don't even need. So they buy very nice things that hold value, like a nice car, maybe a nice watch, or maybe a nice home, and everything in there is quality and hold value, and it's essential, things they actually need. So their life looks cleaner in every single way, because they're not out there just being sold into everything and sold by people who are manipulating them on their insecurities. Like, hey, are you ugly? You need a whole face job, or hey, are you overweight? Like, you don't have to go to the gym, just buy these pills really quick that have 1 million side effects. Or are you looking for a relationship? You don't have to go do all that work and increase your conversation skills. You can just buy an OnlyFans subscription and she'll talk to you and love you. They're not easily sold to BS ideas. So this is sales. The more sales calls you do have, you're getting better at this skill, and it's actually making you a more competent human being, and your ability to communicate in the real world and bend life to your will increase a lot. And you will realize that most people are not in high-level conversations where they are practicing their communication ability. So you will begin to come off as the authority naturally to most people, and they will buy into whatever it is that you are selling, whatever idea, product, or service. And most people don't even have the skills to combat or handle objections efficiently and articulate their thoughts at a high level. They'll usually just say okay to whatever it is that you're saying, because you speak with more conviction and belief. This skill alone will make you so much money that even if you don't want to have your own business, other business owners know how important this skill is, and they will hire you to sit at home and take sales calls from your laptop and sell their high ticket products and give you huge commissions. A lot of salespeople make more money than most employees doing all the hard work in many businesses. Again, they make more money while working less. This skill is so important and powerful. So this is sales. You guys are gonna crush it. I'm very proud of you, and I hope this conversation and module gave you a new perspective of what sales is and how to communicate with your clients. A secret that most even sales coaches don't know is the quickest and fastest way to sell somebody is to make them feel safe and comfortable around you and allow them to let their guard down. So if you are coming across as very genuine in your content, and you come across as a very easygoing, fair person, and they feel like they can just trust you, people are very sold by authentic and genuine energy, because it's not every day that they run into it. and it's something that makes a lot of people feel safe, warm, and comfortable. So keep that in mind. Okay, you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of the modules.